Welcome everybody to Astrology Hub TV. My name is Amanda Walsh. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Astrology Hub. And Astrology Hub TV is a weekly show dedicating to helping you explore your connection to the cosmos and how cultivating this connection can help you live a more empowered, fulfilling, and vibrant life. We're here live every Thursday at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern, except for today, because Monique Leurink is with us. And Monique, where are you calling in from? Are you in France?
I am in France, and I'm here on a mountain, and there has been a heavy snowfall, and the few inhabitants here are isolated on the mountain. We cannot go down. We had to buy food, and I don't know when we can go down again. So I'm very excited that we have a connection. We have a connection, but this last night the electricity failed. So I was wondering, oh my God, full moon, things are happening, but we are online, we are connected. So yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. And amazing that everyone's isolated and yet you're broadcasting to thousands of people around the globe. So it's incredible. Okay. So if you would like to sign up for live alerts, this is basically a Facebook message that will be sent to you whenever we're live on Astrology Hub TV. You can do so. The link to do that is in the chat. It's also in the description above this video. You can do that right now. Also, before we dive in with Monique, I wanted to let you know that we have released our free mini training series on astrology chart reading. It's called Astrology Chart Reading Made Easy. It is taught by Donna Woodwell and hosted by myself. And so if you would like to tune into that, that is free, available to you now. We have only released the first video in the 3-part video sequence. So you can actually access that first video now and then be alerted when video 2 is available and then when video 3 is available. They're short, they're sweet, they're just a really great way for you to start to solidify your foundation in astrology chart reading. So the link to do that is also in the chat. You can register and get access to that first video now. We've been receiving great feedback from all of you about this video training series. Thank you so much to all of you who have watched it and who have written in. It is so wonderful to have that communication with you and to see the light bulbs going on for so many people. And what I love seeing too is that a lot of the people tuning in have been kind of dabbling with astrology for many, many years, but you're ready to take that next step. You're done experiencing frustration at the fact that you can't actually really pull it all together yet and do a reading for yourself or for others. So if that's you and you're ready to really start putting those pieces together and be able to fluently speak the language of astrology, this mini training series is for you. So check it out. All right. Today we are connecting with Inner Circle Guide and Diamond Astrologer, Monique Leurink. She's going to be talking to us about connecting with diamond consciousness. So what we'll be talking about is what diamond consciousness is, passages of fear in relation to Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, and the light side of the black moon. She's also going to give a preview into her Inner Circle lunar month, which is coming up next month. So for those of you in the inner circle, she's going to give a preview about what we'll be covering there. For those of you not in the inner circle, you can check out, we're not open for enrollment right now, but you can join the waiting list and join us as soon as we do open up for that. And so today's episode is for you if you are interested in going beyond you. You're interested in that bigger you, the one that is totally cosmically connected, that bigger part of yourself that has that eagle's eye perspective on why you're here, what you're doing here, what you're meant to do here. If you're interested in that, this episode is for you. Also, if you know there's more to the story than you've been told, that there's more to you, there's more to this reality, then this episode is going to be very interesting to you. Before we dive in, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about our guest today. Monique, again, is an Astrology Hub favorite. We continue to bring her back because she is so amazing, and you'll get to see why very shortly here. She was an Inner Circle guide for us last year. We brought her back again for this year, and she's just amazing. She's one of the world's first and most passionate teacher trainers of Diamond Astrology, a new dimension in the current field of astrology. Monique has written several books, and her experience covers more than 40 years. As a leading authority of Diamond Astrology, she leads seminars, webinars, and workshops worldwide. Monique's expertise is to open the portals of Diamond Astrology in sessions and teachings, a process that starts with the cosmic birth channel in the chart. She gives worldwide online teachings to become a certified Diamond Astrologer and offers groundbreaking workshops to the awakening process of Diamond consciousness. Okay, so one question for all of you out there who are tuning in. How many of you are familiar with Diamond Astrology and or Diamond consciousness? Just write in and let us know if you're familiar with it, if you're just learning, and or if you have no clue what we're talking about. We love to get a pulse on where you are all at in this conversation. So please chat that in and let us know. Okay, Monique, it's so great to be here with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. Great to be here with you too. Yeah. Good to be connected.
Of course, as always, it is.
Yes.
So can you start with what Diamond consciousness is? Let's just do that big picture perspective on that.
Yeah. Okay. I know it's a topic that is not ordinary. It's not general. It is very new, and it is a challenge to say, all right, let's talk about Diamond consciousness. I mentioned it during the last forecast of January, and I said this year is an awakening to Diamond consciousness. Is that far away? No, it's not. It's not. So what my intention is to do during our talk is, how am I going to explain it? Well, I think I found the words to put it in simple words, and to look at Diamond consciousness in several ways. And why is it that Diamond consciousness comes to the light now? Why? And where are we on our evolutionary paths? So, and how to connect with Diamond consciousness in astrology. It's not that I'm going to make charts as an example, but I want to say, all right, how can you do that? So the first thing I would like to ask you, or actually share my screen, maybe I can share my screen to show you, is can you see this rotating diamond?
Let's see. Yes, now.
Well, we have just put it on our website. It's into being Diamond Astrology. And I would like to ask the audience to look at this image and to get the energy in. What are you seeing? So I give you a little moment to connect with this rotating diamond. See what happens with you. All right. So if you want to keep this image in your mind during our talk, I think you open up much more for the words that I have to say to you. Okay? So I'm getting back to you. Seen it? Have you seen it, Amanda?
Yes, Monique, and I would invite the audience to chat in and let us know what they saw.
All right, good. Yes.
And or how it made them feel. So we have Claire says, I'm seeing the sun. Jeff says, and Nest, you are getting sleepy.
Sleepy.
Yeah. Anna says inner radiance.
Good. Yeah. Okay.
I loved seeing how the different facets were reflecting different light.
I love these chats. I love these chats. Let me tell you this, that the diamond in astrology is immediately on one line with the diamond, the gemstone. And there is a secret in the diamond, both in the gemstone as well as in diamond astrology. Because the secret of the diamond is that it contains man and woman. That's the secret. And Diamond consciousness is revealing that secret in an unfolding process in you. Ooh, is that difficult? No, we can understand this, right? We can understand this. So how do we relate that to man, woman in astrology? Because man and woman are immediately on one line with the sun and the moon. The male part is the sun and the female part is the moon. So I love that Chad says, I see the sun. She, as yeah. And I see radiance. Yes, it's a radiating sun, indeed. Okay. So, but before we dive into that, I would like to say some words about the forecast I did in January with you. And so what is the most important facet in today, now, in that forecast right now? It is that Saturn is conjunct the cosmic birth channel. And the cosmic birth channel consists of the mean black moon and the oscillated black moon. That distance is the cosmic birth channel. So there are two black moons. And these black moons are conjunct the diamond. Everything happens in Capricorn, in Diamond Astrology. And that means that something is happening with Saturn. Now, the three principles that I mention here, Saturn, black moons, and the diamond, are all related to order, to structure, and to formation. If you understand what Saturn is, you say it's structure and order and formation. But so are the black moon, and so is the diamond. But these are higher levels of structurizing and formation. So what happens there with Saturn is that Saturn is uplifted in energy. And we can see Saturn now in a portal, because that cosmic birth channel and the diamond form a portal. And Saturn behaves now differently. Many things have happened with Saturn because Saturn has passed the galactic center at 26 Sagittarius. So the energy has changed. And now that Saturn is in conjunction with the cosmic birth channel and the diamond, we can say that Saturn now acts as a sort of cleaving sword between Saturnial energies. You can stay on the one side of Saturnial energy and say, all right, I'll remain in the fear, in the 3D Saturn. That's okay, you can do that. Or you can say, no, I'll shift to the deeper Saturn, to formation of the divine matrix. Big smile. I like your big smile.
I love that. That is so good.
But you're a Capricorn.
Formation of the divine matrix. That's cool.
That's cool, isn't it? Is this difficult? No, it's not difficult. Actually, we are made of the divine matrix. We are the divine matrix. And we've got confused here. So let me go on. So this position of Saturn here gives us a choice. It's a choice. Do I stay there in fear, in the old Saturnial energy, in the old formation, in the old structure, the old way of Saturn? Or am I going to shift to a new way of handling Saturn? And this new Saturn, conjunct the diamond, is immediately related to that divine matrix. What is the divine matrix? It is the matrix that is present in everything. Everything in physical life originates from a divine blueprint. Am I clear? Everything originates from a divine blueprint. So do we. We have a divine blueprint in ourselves. Nature is a divine blueprint. It's immediately there. But we have created so much around that we lost the divine matrix. And now structure and all the ways that relate to Saturn are aligning, or how do you say, coming again on one line with that divine structure, because Saturn is on one line with the diamond and the cosmic birth channel. Yes, is that clear?
Yes, is that clear, everybody?
All right. Okay. So that is one way of putting it. Actually, too, I think 2018 is a year where energies of light and dark are very tense for that reason. Are people drawn to the old energies? Are they seduced to go back, to remain in fear, to remain in patterns of, all right, I always did it like that. Let's stick to that. But, it blocks my growth. I know that inward. I know it inside, but I stick to the old way, which is blocking your growth. That will become very difficult. If you remain that, if you want to remain there, you remain there. If you're choosing to get on one line with that divine matrix and to get in one line with the divine matrix of your soul, then that can give a really quantum jump in growth and in your evolution.
And Monique, would you say that we're supported in that right now? So, I mean, obviously these patterns that we have are deeply ingrained. We've been doing them through our whole life and probably many lifetimes.
Yeah.
So is if we make that, I like to say that, the internal sacred yes to align with the divine matrix, will we have energy and support to do that and make new choices and create new pathways, new neural pathways, all the different things that need to come into place?
Yes, in capital letters. Very much yes. So if you say, all right, I don't know where I'm getting at, but I want to stick to my matrix, because my soul essence, my soul seed, this is what we are, soul seed essence. I know, so I follow that impulse, whatever is happening. You are very much supported, especially with this portal. It's a portal.
How long is this portal open for us?
Till September, October 2018.
Okay, so it's open now, and we have till the beginning of the fall to really create these new patterns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's
I don't even mean create. It's really more align with the existing.
Yeah, it's like exactly. Yeah, aligning with that matrix, and have trust and confidence in that path. So when you are on a path of doubt, shall I yes, shall I no? And if the yes is more to, well, the old way, but it doesn't feel good, and you are on that edge of that sword, that cleaving sword of Saturn, who cleaves through those old Saturnal energies, and say, all right, what I'm going to do, left or right? If you say, I go right because that feels aligned with my soul, do it. You are supported by the universe.
So when you're deciding between, is this decision fear-based and old pattern or soul-based new pattern, but in both scenarios, there's a bit of fear because there's the unknown of the new one, and the old one seems sort of, stuck in that fear vibration. Yeah. How do you differentiate? Because sometimes that's hard.
You differentiate very simple. If you are on that edge and you feel, on the one hand, joy as well, you choose for that. Simple as that. Joy. If you feel, doesn't feel good, I'm afraid, but don't do it. You always follow the path that is aligned with joy and pleasure, because that is the path that is immediately aligned with your heart. And that is the path to follow. So my advice would be, follow that path. Do not be afraid. That is the cleaving sword of that Saturn right now. Saturn can say, all right, I'm in fear, but stay away from fear. Stay away from it. But if you are in a position that is difficult, And you must make decisions, because 2018 is a year of making decisions. We have seen that in the recent eclipse. My God, so many people have made so many very important decisions. So many. We had to choose. So many chose for courage. And the word courage is a beautiful word. In the word courage is the word cœur. And cœur means heart. In courage is the heart. So be courageous. Don't be afraid, because fear draws you back into narrowness. It's not a good advisor. Stay away from it. And if you are looking at a sort of situation, say, what must I do? See it from several options. Say, oh, how can I handle this with creativity, with love, with wisdom, with insight? I can see it from different facets. Listen, I won't handle this problem the way I used to do. There are more situations to handle it. Recently, I just handled a situation in my own personal life. Oh, right, good. Oh, this is also a possibility. But do it with a rainbow. And the rainbow is a rainbow of wisdom, love, and remain connected with the soul of someone else. Because if someone else is afraid, you are seduced to also get into the fear. But if you say, all right, stay away from the fear, and let me be the one who said, okay, I understand the fear, but we can also handle this in a different way. So that's the path. And go through that portal. You will be supported by the universe. All right? So can I come back to the fact that I said, well, in the diamond astrology, diamond consciousness, that contains the secret of man and woman?
Yes, please.
Okay, so then I relate it immediately to astrology, of course. And we know, I think most of us know, that the moon is immediately related to woman, and that the sun is immediately related to man. But these principles have deeper and deeper and deeper aspects. There's also a sort of radiance coming out from these core principles. Now, if you look at the diamond, what is the diamond? I mean, the gemstone, what is it? It is a formation of an evolutionary path or process, an interplay of matter and light. See the diamond, look at the diamond again. Look at the diamond rotating, and you see something that has been created from matter and light, but now in the purest form. Here, the purest form of matter and light come together. So in that diamond, there is matter and light. And we can say light is also spirit. And matter is moon. Why is it moon? Well, the moon rules matter. Women or woman rules matter, because woman materializes, because matter is mother. Woman is the mother of matter, of physical life, because she gives birth to the child with the soul. She gives it a body. The soul gets a body. That's what a woman can do. And that's what a woman does. So matter is immediately on one line with woman, with the moon, very deeply. And light is spirit. Light is the sun. And that is the male part of our, being, actually. And these two come together in one stone, in one gemstone. Now, we can actually say that this is a formation of a dance between the sun and the moon, between man and woman. This coming together as the highest density and the most beautiful formation in that stone is part of diamond consciousness. Can still follow it?
Yes. And I'm wondering this question from Jeff. I think it's important to bring it up right now. Is that same feminine awareness that can function through any of us, no matter what the gender? So is this gender specific, or is it not?
That's a great question, Jeffrey. He's called Jeff. Yeah, it's either man, woman, and or masculine, feminine. So it's the masculine and feminine in us, you know? So no, it's not gender related, not at all. We are heading to a time where these masculine and feminine facets in us are coming together again. So yeah. And the sun and the moon grow together. The sun can never grow without the moon, and the moon can never grow without the sun. I will explain that later. But these two are magnets, and so is man and woman. These two are magnets. It's not gender related, so is the feminine and so is the masculine. So it is an interplay of moon or lunar processes in the chart and solar processes in the chart. And these are going on and on and on. Now, if you relate that to each new moon, let's see how this works. Very simple. Each new moon is actually releasing, it's a moment of releasing old lunar energy. What is lunar energy? What is the moon? What is that sort of light? What light is that? Well, I said it several times. The moon has no light of herself, and it's borrowed light. She has no light of herself. So lunar energy or lunar light is borrowed light, and we adapt that. We have to adapt that in our lives, but it's not really our light. And every time that there is a new moon, we release something that we have adapted, but that is not ours. And that is in favor of the sun. So that is, okay, so there is a communion between the two, and both come together. The moon releases old lunar energy, and the moon integrates that in consciousness. This is what happens all the time in the chart. And it happens on a personal level. So we are always busy with lunar processes, solar processes. Now the moon, the progressed moon, has a speed of 1 degree a month, the progressed moon. And the progressed sun has a speed of 1 degree a year. So when you are 45 years old, your progressed sun is now 45 degrees past your natal sun. So this is the way you can see it in the chart. But the progressed moon moves much faster. Now, when we come to this cycle in the chart, we come to the progressed new moon cycle. This is also a path to come to diamond consciousness. What happens here? A progressed new moon happens every 30 years or so, 30 years. So the moon, the progressed moon, has a cycle, 30 years, and she has, that is what the moon has the ability to experience. That is the great ability of the moon. The sun cannot experience. The sun is consciousness. It's radiating consciousness. And the moon experiences it in her own way. So what she does is, during that cycle, she gathers experience in each different sign of the zodiac. So, okay, I'm experiencing my life. I am receiving moon it in my way. So this is how I receive it. And okay, many years pass in a progressed full moon, which is the zenith of that new moon cycle. And the moon goes all that way, and she comes back to the progressed sun, who has also moved 30 degrees further. Now, these two come together, and well, when you see, okay, 30 years, that's the lunar, the progressed moon cycle. We can have 3 progressed moon cycles in a lifetime. Many things happen, but when this happens, when this moon approaches, the progressed moon approaches the progressed sun, that is important. Because all the experiences that she has gathered in those 30 years is now a moment when the moon approaches the sun that she has to release that. It's sort of dying to some personal circumstances. Okay, they are gone, it's over. And the moon releases those experiences, and in order to hand it over to the sun, in order for the sun to integrate it in consciousness. This is a communion of progressed moon and a progressed sun. And this is a new path of your lunar and solar consciousness. Now, we are more than the moon and the sun. When we say, oh, who am I? Who am I? You know, I think many persons go to astrologers with the question, could you please tell me who I am? Right. This is funny, isn't it? Can you imagine that you are born on a planet and you have no idea who you are? You have a question mark above your head. Who am I? How is this possible? Why don't we know who we are? See? Okay, I will come back to that later. But we are more than the moon and the sun, because in Diamond Astrology, there is the black moon and the black sun. Now, this is who we are too. And this diamond process goes on with the black moon and the black sun. So it's the moon and the sun and the black moon and the black sun. The black moon is a solar moon. I will speak about that later on. The black sun is a lunar sun. Now, why? How come? Why? If you imagine, and perhaps are people who are listening in now for the first time, but I want to point to this very briefly. Each person has been split from birth. We have all been split. And in layers of consciousness, there are 2 layers of consciousness. And Eckhart Tolle is also speaking about this. 2 layers of consciousness. We incarnate with that. And the one consciousness is that we have this personal part, which is represented by the sun and the moon. We are a person. But that other part of consciousness is completely different. This is who we really are. This is our divine matrix. This is where our soul comes in from who we are in our cosmic being. And this is where the black moon starts, where the black moon comes in. So split from birth. And that means that we are walking usually on one leg a great deal of our life with this question mark, who am I? But you feel so much inside. Am I this? Am I that? I want this. I see that. What must I do? You are confused by the external world. Listen, everybody is doing this. I must do this too. And there the confusion comes in. So we are invited in Diamond Consciousness to bring these parts of being split together, to remember who we are initially. Because as a child, we were born with that divine matrix. And that is immediately represented by essence. And essence is the black moon. So that is a life process, I can tell you. Maybe I can say that there are some, I think, misconceptions about the black moon. Can I say something about that?
Yes, you may.
The black moon is, I think, now in the greater part of the world lives as a rather dark concept. You know, it's also called black moon Lilith. Here she is being connected with Lilith too. And what I hear from people is, well, this Black Moon Lilith, which is not an easy one. And, I have heard things, well, she can abuse, and maybe she's a prostitute and she eats children and she's a demon and things like that. And why? Because she is on one line here with Lilith. And Lilith is not the Black Moon. Lilith is a mythological figure. Lilith is immediately part of the story of creation with Eve, when God created woman. And this Lilith is so much different from Eve. Lilith is the mother of the mental fruits, you may say. Eve is the mother of the flesh. Lilith is the mother of different things. But she is a female concept. And there she became known as the one who eats the children. Well, she had a reason for that, because she was refused in creation. And she has affinity with the Black Moon, but she is definitely not the same. Absolutely not. I think we should explore the Black Moon much more than we have done so far, because, the moon, the biggest principle of the moon is that the moon rules birth. The moon always births something, always, in the chart, with children, and so does the Black Moon, but in a different way. If you look at the Black Moon, you can say it's the birth from that divine matrix. You are birthing the very beginning of that divine matrix of your soul, seed, essence, who you really are at the core. Should we deny that? Should we say, well, that's a demon? Should we say, well, that eats children, or she is too sexy, or I don't know what all those stories are? But that's not true. She is part of a different side of you. She is part of you. And yes, she is not an easy moon. The Black Moon is not an easy moon. That is true. Because the light from that Black Moon when you are born cannot shine immediately when you're born on Earth. Why not? Because it's a cosmic light. The Black Moon holds cosmic light, and that's different than the light of the moon, who has borrowed light. So that's, I think, the most important part of our history and of the ones who we are, you see. So that part of us, the Black Moon, is where our evolution, our development continues. So we are there on Earth and we are exploring who we are. All right, the question mark, personality. Okay, this is who I am. But am I really this? Am I this? Is this really in one line with my soul and with my heart? And usually it's not. That comes in when you become aware who you are in essence. And that's the Black Moon. And you can feel that, you can go to that, it's possible. But I think that the chart can help you immensely by confirming who you are, because this is so important each time that I do a reading, that people become aware, oh, this is who I am. This is who I really am. And this is the part where you must start to believe yourself again. Okay. So also that Black Moon is a portal to your inner universe. Do you understand what I mean by that?
I do. Do you all understand what she means by that? I'd love to hear from the audience. I think I know what you mean by that. But
yeah. But let me go on with this. Maybe questions come in. But why do I say that? Because we are now in a time where we are changing the way we see things. We are changing our light, our projections. This is also what the moon does. How do I see life? And if you see life through borrowed light, it's not really your light, is it? So if you see, okay, the eyes catch light, it's not the eyes that see. The eyes don't see. It's the brain that see. The eyes transport the light through the pupil here. The pupil is actually the black hole of our body. It's the black hole where the light comes in and where we receive the light, and this is the way how we translate it. And this is how we project it back to the universe. So we receive information, we receive light. How do we translate that back? And this translating back has an immediate impact again on the universe. It's a dance here too. It's all right receiving. And now we become aware that we also radiate back what we see, how we translate what we see. So if we can translate back life from a very bright and clear black moon, from who we really are, then things become clearer. Then we can come in one line with the divine matrix. See?
And you're saying right now we're going through a process of those projections shifting and becoming more clear?
Yes.
But we have to participate in that process. We have had to say that we want more clarity.
Definitely. You know, everything is accelerating here. You know, we want more clarity because we are lining up. We are coming on one line with who we are, the divine matrix. So it is high time that the question mark above our heads disappears. See, and say, oh, but this is who I am. So clarity and brightness, that is part of the diamond process as well. Now, the diamond is, what is the difference between the black moon and the diamond? Now, the black moon is that core of our divine matrix. And the process to live or to birth that core is an infinite process, and that needs creativity. You need to be creative to create the life you want and create it from that core. See, where you have never been mirrored, because the black moon does not mirror and you are not mirrored there. The moon mirrors, but different light. It's borrowed light. The black moon doesn't. So you really need to come out of a sort of darkness. In childhood, you come out of a darkness. Is this really me? You know, because, well, I feel things very deeply inside, but I'm not confirmed in my outside world. You know, I give you an example. A child born with the black moon in the 11th house, so the same with Aquarius or the 11th house, is a child that is born with an immensely high social consciousness. Aquarius, 11th house. This child has an immense social intelligence, very pure, very unique, and meets the world, because that's the divine sparkle that I'm speaking about. That child meets the world in a lower frequency and in impurity. That's a shock for that child. And the child does not understand what is happening. Listen, I am a person. My soul is all about social intelligence. It's about knowing that everybody is equal, although we are all different, but everybody is equal. And I cherish that. And I die when I see that people are the victim of political systems that do not give them the same possibilities, the same choices. And this is very painful for such a child. But the child cannot speak, does not know, usually comes in a sort of social isolation, you know, thinks, well, I cannot speak about this. Is this what you call friendship? Is this friendship? That's not friendship. Is hurt by friends and closes down here. But it's the highest integrity there. the highest value that this child has. And that's where the reversal of the process begins, that the child opens up to start and create that life that that child wants, grown up or child. So this child is born with a social mission that needs to be birthed from the core of that being. That is where, the black moon is actually our focal point. A focal point of core consciousness, cosmic core consciousness, with which we navigate through a cosmic ocean. This is actually how we live. We do it now here in density, in physical life, in structure. We have material, we can touch better. But actually what we do is we navigate in or on a cosmic ocean. The cosmic ocean is the black sun. There is much more to say about the black sun, but I can say that the black sun is an emanation of the core of our galaxy, the core of the Milky Way. It's an anti-sun. Our sun is, our solar consciousness is about, this is me. I am the center of me. I am the center. But that's not the whole thing. The black sun is, no, I'm not the center. I'm not the sun. The sun is a star. And when she has approached her furthest distance or his furthest distance from Earth, that's the point where the sun becomes the black sun. And that's the point where the sun gets affinity with the whole galaxy and sees, oh my God, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only sun. I'm not the only star. There are millions and billions of other stars. Oh God, I'm not the center anymore. And this is what happens in our consciousness too, that we come to realize, oh, I'm one of the so many stars. And there is so much more in consciousness to discover. So when I say, when you come to realize that you are this focal point, this core consciousness, and you say, well, I navigate through the cosmic ocean. I go wherever I want to go, but this is my center. Then I can say this is not very new. It's not very new. It is actually what the ancient Egyptians did too. When you have a look at ancient Egyptian images, you can see an Egyptian person and see him on a sort of boat. Do you know what I mean? You can see a sort of curved thing, sort of like a boat, and the boat has a sort of how do you call that? It's a bit of this shape, is it right? And there someone stands on that. That boat represents the focal point of navigating through the cosmic ocean. That's what they did. And these points are actually wormholes to different dimensions. But it goes rather deep. And then when we come in the Christian time, this concept of navigating through the cosmic ocean comes back again. When we see that churches represent actually boats, ships. They're built in a way, the architecture also according to the divine matrix, architecture of today is no longer in alignment with the divine matrix, with apartment buildings, not at all. So the churches, Christian churches I'm speaking about, I don't know about the rest, have a nave. And nave is the center, the long center of the church. That's the nave. So all the religious people coming together are in the nave, and usually you see the ceiling, and the ceiling is blue with stars, and that's the universe. So that's the nave of the church navigating through a universe, and all these religious people are in that nave, so we are on that boat. And now that we are in the era of Aquarius, we are now consciousness. We are saying, well, I am a focal point of consciousness, and I am going to navigate on my boat through the cosmic ocean, and I create the reality that I want.
Beautiful, Monique. This is amazing. Every single time you talk about diamond consciousness, diamond astrology. It's like layers and layers and layers are revealed. And I know that we're just barely scratching the surface, and that we will get to go much deeper in your lunar cycle as the Inner Circle guide. We've had lots of people asking questions about how do you find this in the chart and where is it in the chart. We will be going into depth during Monique's month. So if you're a part of the Inner Circle, that's where we're going to get to go in and really get instructional so you can start to see where things are in your chart. If you're not a member of the Inner Circle, I highly encourage you to check it out and just get on the wait list. When enrollment opens, you'll be able to refer back to Monique's mastery class about diamond astrology. So you can just get on the wait list now and then join us when we open up enrollment again, probably sometime in the summer. But Monique, can you just give us a little bit of a preview of what we'll be covering this next lunar cycle? What's the theme? Yes. What's the theme of the lunar cycle? What's the new moon forecast going to be all about, etc.?
You know, this is a very special new moon cycle. The new moon I'm doing 16th of March. This is such an amazing new moon because it's a new moon conjunct with Chiron. And in Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. So this has everything to do with wounds, old wounds, because it's the last sign of the zodiac, is Pisces. So we have, I see it as a way of, okay, let's face our wounds and let's face them, let's heal them. And this is what the core theme of that month. And okay, I will speak about the aspects, etc., etc. But I'm going to do, I think, a very special meditation. I am preparing it. I have been preparing it for a month or so, and I have been in discussion with some people because I was wondering, can I do that? Can I do it? Can I do this meditation? And after speaking with people and in my own meditations, I said, yes, I can do that. What are we going to do? I would like you to feel what diamond consciousness is. And I'm going to guide you to the diamond of the world. I cannot say what that is because everybody will go on internet. And that is why what was my wondering, because there will be digital attacks on the place that I'm going to guide you to. And that was, can I do that? And that is now protected. You know, I don't want to be mysterious and so, but it was necessary. We experienced many strange things, but all right. I think with this meditation, we go to the diamond of the world and we go into that. And I want you to feel how that feels. So that's the diamond meditation. Mm. And the full moon is a class of navigating on your spiritual route. That is beautiful to see in diamond astrology, how you do that. The principles of diamond astrology, the black moon and Priapus, the super moon and the black sun and the diamond and the dragon and the beast are also part of that. And the nodal axis, so beautiful. And when you are interested in this, there are students now doing this course and they are very, very enthusiastic. You can do I'm going on to speak about the Diamond Astrology online course. And there is another course to come where you can say, all right, I'm not the one who wants to learn that theory, but I am the one who really wants to experience what all those diamond principles are about. Then you can join a course that is very unique and say, okay, I'm going to work with each principle each week, and you will be guided by me. And that is a unique course that will be launched as well.
Fantastic. So in the Inner Circle, we're going to go much deeper into this topic, and we will be traveling on the cosmic voyage, the cosmic currents. I can't remember the exact words you said. Cosmic tide. What was it?
Oh, the cosmic ocean.
There we go. The cosmic ocean. We'll be in the cosmic ocean with Monique for the next lunar cycle that's starting on the new moon. Okay, fantastic. Monique, is there anything that you would like to leave us with? Because it's time for us to wrap up.
Oh my God, I have so much to say,
I know.
This is terrible.
I know.
What is it? Well, let me put it this way. All the question marks you have, many of them, bring them down in yourself to your divine matrix. Your divine matrix is who we are. We are beings of the sun. Our soul essence is related to the sun, and Earth is related to the sun, and we are beings from the sun, and the sun our Earth has been confused by creations that are, or a matrix that is not divine. That's where the confusion comes in. Every time you are before a choice, you want to make a choice, you must make a choice related with the truth of your soul and your heart. You don't be afraid. You're always safe, and you are surrounded by that cosmic ocean that is full of love and radiance for you.
Thank you for being such a brilliant example of all of this. I love your depth and your passion and the high degree of wisdom that you bring to all of your teachings. It is just always an honor to share this space with you. And I cannot wait to have the deeper experience again with you in the inner circle, this next lunar cycle. So thank you so much, Monique.
Thank you too. Thank you for everybody who's listening and who will be listening. Thank you so much.
We have had a growing audience this whole time. There's more and more people joining us and tuning in. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I just want to remind you, if you are listening to Monique and there's things that you catch and then you get lost, and then you catch it and then you get lost, you can get your foundations in astrology with our new mini training series, Astrology Chart Reading Made Easy. It's going to give you some great foundations, some great fundamentals taught by Donna Woodwell. It's free. It's available now. You can sign up in the chat and or in the description above this video. And that is available to you now. You get some great free PDFs along with the teachings. Next week, video 2 and video 3 will be released, helping you go deeper into your understanding of the houses and what each of the houses means. So, next, Astrology Hub TV is also going to be with Donna Woodwell. She is the managing editor for Astrology Hub, is also a shamanic astrologer and teacher. And let's see, so next week we are going to be covering how to respond to friends and family when they ask you why you are studying astrology. So those people in your life that are going, astrology, what? And thinking that you're crazy. How do you respond to the skeptics, the critics? What to expect when coming out of the astrology closet, ideas for answering your loved ones' most commonly asked questions, why learning more about astrology makes conversations easier, and how to respond to angry astrology disbelievers. So we're going to be covering all of that next week on Astrology Hub TV. Please tune in. It's going to be Thursday at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. Once again, if you'd like to receive alerts whenever we go live, please sign up for live alerts. The link for that is in the chat and above the video. Thank you. Thank you, Monique. It has been such a pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you for braving the storm and showing up. It's been fantastic.
Thank you too, Amanda. Thank you.
And thank you, everybody, all of you astrology lovers out there, for making astrology a part of your life. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.